Hello and welcome to another episode of JUMPSCARE, quick reviews of short horror games. I play a lot of indie horror games over on my other channel. I just find it super fun to see what small teams and single developers with limited resources, yet unlimited imaginations can do. And today we're looking at the latest branch on the ever-growing mascot horror tree with Indigo Park, developed by Unique Geese. It's a tale as old as time. Feeling nostalgic for the past and always excited to explore abandoned areas for their urbexing hobby, our protagonist Ed decides to visit the titular Indigo Park, which mysteriously shut down years ago. At the entrance, they're greeted by the park's friendly AI cartoon mascot Rambley the Raccoon, who is more than eager to make sure Ed's visit to the park is the best it can possibly be. But that's going to be hard with all the rides shut down, a strange animosity between some of the park's characters, and more than one homicidal park mascot lurking in the shadows. Now, if you played more than one indie horror game in your life, this might be the part where you're thinking of rolling your eyes and going, oh boy, where have I heard that one before? But don't do that just yet. Look, I get it. While I'm a completely unashamed fan of the genre, mascot horror has garnered a bit of a reputation by now, and we've all played a boatload of games taking place in an innocent-looking amusement park, toy factory, or what have you. I mean, heck, I literally just made a video about another game in that kind of setting. And yes, the game is for the most part exactly what you would expect if you're familiar with the genre going in. You find ways to open the entrance to the rides, you solve puzzles, and you run from the mascots when they show up to spook you. It's a well-trodden trope and genre, and there aren't many new fruits growing on this tree just yet. And I'm pretty sure that the game's developer is completely aware of this. Ever since I first learned of the game, streamer Unique Geese has been completely upfront about this being mascot horror, a genre he appears to fully love and enjoy, regardless of how oversaturated some people feel it is. And his attitude towards the discussion of the genre's merit seems to be a shrug and a, well, you're welcome to shit or get off the pot. This isn't gonna be that unique. It's just going to try its damnedest to be the best example of the genre it can be. So why don't we look at all the ways that Indigo Park is actually really damn good? For our first free chapter of a bigger project, and from what I can tell, Unique Geese's first game, Indigo Park runs smooth as butter and looks great, despite an occasional texture bug here in its early stages. There's nothing to nitpick at here, but the real strength of the game is its understanding of why mascot horror works, by injecting its titular characters with tons of color and personality and making them fully believable as something intended to entertain that was then later corrupted for one reason or another. Every mascot you meet in Indigo Park is memorable, cartoony, and constantly trying to shill you merchandise, just like a real amusement park attraction. They don't seem to be explicitly designed with their later encountered scary forms in mind, and I find that very endearing. And speaking of being endearing, that is possibly the best word used to describe the face of the game, Rambley the Raccoon. Unlike most mascot games where the mascot itself is the main villain, Rambley the Raccoon actually seems genuine in his attempt to give you a fun time at the park, even if that comes at the cost of being in denial about the state of it. With beautiful, adorable animation and fantastic voice acting, you quickly learn to love the little guy, which makes his otherwise predictable glitching and breaking of character all the more jarring and entertaining. It actually reminds me quite a bit of My Friendly Neighborhood in this way. You really do end up scratching your head and asking what the heck happened here, because nothing about the mascots or the park itself seems to be inherently malicious, unlike some of the more famous entries in the genre. So is Indigo Park some kind of amazing new subversive take on the genre, or is it the scariest mascot horror game you've ever played? No, it isn't. It's surprisingly restrained, even to the point of feeling a little empty at the moment, with lots of big areas that don't give you as much to see as you might expect going in. And there are definitely a few minor rough spots to be found if you're looking for them. But it does have a hook in its friendlier mascot, there's no questioning the sheer level of effort put into this world, and it oozes personality and charm as a result. This game is clearly made with genuine love for its genre in mind, and I think that level of dedication definitely deserves your time. At the time of recording this video, Indigo Park Chapter 1 is available completely for free on Steam, with Chapter 2 already funded on Kickstarter, but I have still added the link in the description below in case you want to show some support. And with 40 to 60 minutes of playtime, depending on how eager you are to explore, there's really no reason not to at least check it out to see if this is up your alley. It's no money out of your pocket and barely any time spent after all. So I think you should go meet Rambley and his friends and decide for yourself. I know for certain that I was very charmed by this cartoony gang of critters and the ruined world they inhabit, and I am very excited to see where the adventure goes from here. Great work so far to you and your crew, Unique Geese. You've definitely got yourself a fan in me. And that's it for this episode of JUMPSCARE. If you would like to see me actually play the game, you can click the card in the corner of the video or follow a link in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and come back in the future for more short spooks. See you there, folks, and bye-bye.